rakkauden haukat meille taivaalla kirkkuu. Mun päästä putoruit lanteet seksiä tihkuu. Seksiä tihkuu. Sä veit mun tuohi sydämen pensalla kastoin sen. Se likin roihahtaa tervas kantona tuhkats palaa. Kuin sata kipinää. Rälläkää mun rakkauden sulle suihkua. Ja vaina kun runtataan. Poika sinne pesään kasvamaan. Ja rakkauden maito kermaksi vatkataan. Vatkataan. Sä veit mun tuohi sydämen pensalla kastoin sen. Sä likin roihahtaa tervas kantona tuhkats palaa. Kuin sata kipinää. Rälläkää mun rakkauden sulle suihkua.
Okay, here we go. Attempt 2, part 2 of our summer car playthrough. Here we go. All right, guys, I have a hard out here. It's currently 9 o'clock. I got a hard out at 11. There should be a Starlink launch in about an hour. It didn't push. So we will double box that while we're playing Summer Car. What happens if you drink and drive in MSC asking for a friend? Fun. Okay, we did start a new save yesterday, and we have our new save, and I think I'm almost back to where I was in the other save here. It seems like it's Thursday morning, and the car is for the most part assembled, but I'll be honest with you, fellas, we're missing some parts. Yeah, we're missing some stuff. So, why is Texas so big? I don't know. You knew it was big, yes. Why did you make the dumb move to try and drive across it? What the hell's the matter with you? All right, so it's Thursday morning. what do we need to do? I gotta go over here. I'm thinking. I missed it. Why did I start a new save? I screwed up the other save. So in the other save, I burnt down the house, and then I was trying to make money to try and figure out a way to see if I can salvage the save after I burnt the stupid house down. And while trying to make money, I rage quit the game and accidentally Alt F4'd out. I screwed up the continuity of the save, basically erasing, burning the house down. So yesterday we got into the Ferndale and put the pedal to the metal, and the character drove it up a tree. And then we started a new save. Gotta go over here. We spent a lot of marks basically kitting out the house and getting everything that we need. Provisions for a good while. There's an advertisement for a computer, but yeah, so we have a new character. We don't have Jako Bayorski anymore. That was the name of the other character. Now we have Bitu Connecti. Bitti Connecti. Yeah, see, Connecti. That is our name. See, it says it on the mailbox. How did you burn the house down? Left the stove on.
Saatana, voi vittujen kekele. Jumalauta. Saatana. Jumalauta. Voi helvetti. Voi vittu.
No. That's a scam! Yeah, right. So, what I gotta do is we gotta get the tractor here, and we left a bunch of our provisions down by the docks. What the hell's down there? Oh yeah, there they are. Yeah, they're down there by the dock. Still no van? No. The Satsuma is fully assembled, though. It just needs oil, and coolant, and brake fluid, and clutch fluid, and a battery, and fan belts. And wheels. Yeah, that last part is kind of important. There we go. We need the trailer. I wanted to get the Satsuma running, but in order to do that, I had to go down to the docks with the tractor, and I had to get all the provisions. I'm alone, dark, late. Once we get all the things that we need for the car, it'll be one of the fastest cars. Come on! So I have the trailer because I'm going to put everything that we brought back from the city, from Perjärvi. I'm going to put it on the trailer. It will be the fastest car in the world. This pokey motor show. Nation. Boogie Nation, baby. So these are all the other provisions we got. We got the coffee mug. So what we're gonna do after this, after we get the rest of the provisions up there, is we're hopefully we get the job for the firewood. We get the job for the firewood. We'll chop up all the firewood, go grab the tires for the car, and not flip the damn tractor this time. Hey, Ultra. Long time no see, man. How are you? And then the kill you bucket. We got the kill you bucket. Miraculously, we fished it out. That previous save did seem cursed from the start. For real. It's probably my penance for not playing MSC for like 5 years or something. Well, not 5 years. A couple of years. Hopefully you survived the wasp nest. Why? What are you talking about? Yes, so tell me, baby. Hey, Dan. Yeah, that goes away. Now, if you go to sleep, it goes away. Put this friggin' tree here. Alright, what are we taking inside? The coffee mug inside. The coffee pot. That in there. Stupid coffee cup. Stupid coffee cup in there. There we go. Gonna take the little night light. Put the little night light in the room. This stays in here. The kill you bucket can go inside. Have you fully put the car together at any point? You're doing all right. How are you? How's the IRL car progressing? It's good, man. I kind of took a step back with it today. I was cleaning up the right frame rail, the right rear frame rail, and I found a big hole in it. Yeah, I couldn't see it because the leaf spring, the right rear leaf spring perch was in the way. So I noticed that the leaf spring perch has some rust, so we decided to cut it out, and when we cut it out, I found a golf ball sized hole in the right frame rail. So one step forward, 2 steps back, dude. But it's all right. We'll fix it. I'm not worried. Ai stafito!
Saatana. Voi vittujen kevät. Jumalauta. Saatana. Jumalauta. Voi vittujen kevät. Voi saatana. Ei saatana.
Really, Trenton? Stuart, why are you telling me this? I appreciate the tips, dude, but I know that already. I've gotten the tires many times. I got the tires last save, and don't you remember? I flipped the tractor trying to get the tires. And then I got the tires. Like... Were you not here for that? I'm confused. Huh. Yeah, so this is a bag of fireworks. I'm just going to put it right next to the gas tank. There's oil. We're going to need that. You might notice that the car is missing some parts, but that's okay. It's okay. It's fine. Don't worry. I've played this game a lot. I know what I'm doing. Burns house down. Hey, the house has nothing to do with the car, SVO. Okay? So, why don't you suck on that? We still need to hear the car purr like you promised me last night. Yeah, we're not... Yeah, we can do that after we get the tires. You know, those are kind of needed. Yes, can you ask a car question? Sure, man. Let's get the hunger. Gotta get thirst down. Macaroni's there. First. Ultra, we had a field day when we first heard about that, dude. I'll tell you what, that was pretty. When we first got word of that happened, we kind of went off on the stream. I mean, you take advice from me working on cars. Why don't you suck on that carception? What? That makes no sense. Shut up. I mean, like, and I guess we could start the stupid thing. Like, we could get it running. It's just not gonna go anywhere. Yes, please. Okay. Is battery cooking? Yes, it is. Or is it? I'm confused. Yeah, yeah. Okay. You've got no fluids in it, though. And we ain't got no gas in it. No problem, man. Ain't got no gas in it. Has the electrics all been hooked up? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got all that done. We will find out here in a second if you want. Okay, so the first thing we got to do is, well, let's. Actually, oil is probably more important. We should probably do that. Don't even need a funnel. You're not cooking. Well, the pork chop sandwiches. Oh shoot! Get out of here! What are you doing? Go on! Get the heck out of here, you idiot! Go on! We're all dead. Get out! Oh man, did that smell good? Motor oil goes back over there. Put the motor oil here. Then we take the coolant. Oh, yeah! Go. You know what? Let's get a better view where our face isn't in the quarter panel. I dented the damn car. There we go. G.I. Joe! What rims you gonna put? Slots.
Voi vittujen kevää. Saatana. Voi vittujen kevää. Saatana.
Need some of these. You're gonna paint flames on it? No. No, I don't want it to go too fast initially. Maybe later. Just remember not to put the flames in the house. You guys are really never letting me let that down, huh? It's okay. Painted plaid, just shy of ludicrous speed. Third, you better buckle up. Now buckle this. Do you just use brake
Discovery,
fluid for the clutch in this game? Most cars use brake fluid for the clutch. Brake fluid is just hydraulic fluid. That's basically what it is. So if you have a hydraulic clutch, you're most likely using brake fluid. Did you see that they're making Spaceballs too? Yes. You were bleeding your clutch last week. Oy. What are you preparing? You're always preparing. Just go. Just go. Sir, you better buckle up. Okay. Are modern clutches hydraulic? Most of them, yeah. Oh. I don't know. I don't know new cars. The newest car that I have with a manual transmission is the Mustang, and it has a hydraulic. Pretty sure it has it's a hydraulic clutch. SVO, you'd know that. Some older cars have a just a clutch, what's called a clutch fork. I mean, some have a hydraulic clutch fork. Clutch fork, and how hard you push the pedal, open and close the fork. A hydraulic clutch is like power steering, but for your clutch. So I would assume that more modern cars have them. I don't know. My newest car with a manual is from 2008. I have no idea. The car is almost 20 years old. I did it again. That's weird. So what were the three things you filled? Radiator for coolant, motor with oil. The brake master cylinder is the one with two reservoirs in it. It's a twin pot master cylinder. It's just redundancy. In case you have a brake leak, you can still stop the car. So the solution to that post 1967 was every car have a dual pot master cylinder. Before it was just a single pot, like you just filled it up with brake fluid. But if you have a brake leak, you're driving down the road and you had a leak and it leaked out all the braking fluid, there's no way to stop. So every car has a twin reservoir master cylinder. That's the primary and secondary. Actually, primary is up front. So usually the front goes to the rear brakes and the back goes to the front brakes. I honestly don't remember why they do that. This one over here is the clutch master cylinder. That is, the brake is next to the clutch pedal, so they're right next to each other. If you look on the other side of the firewall, there's your brake and clutch pedal right there. And yeah, that actuates the clutch hydraulic. So this is a hydraulic throwout, or actually it's a hydraulic clutch fork. It's not a throwout bearing. So right there, that's the clutch line. It goes to this hydraulic cylinder. When you step on the clutch, it forces fluid into this. This hydraulic cylinder pushes this way, and the clutch fork right there actuates right here, and it pushes on the clutch pressure plate and opens and engages and disengages the clutch. So you can shift gears. We need a V-belt. Okay. We have the belt. So now what we got to do is adjust tension on the alternator so the belt is tight. And the way to do that is to move this so the pulley is contacting the surface. In real life, you'd need to take a pry bar and stick it right where my mouse cursor is and actually force the alternator out to tighten that, to tension that belt as much as possible. There's probably a better way to do that than what I just said, but that's the way I do it. It works. What does it mean if your transmission starts shaking violently when you give it too much gas? When did it start doing it? How? Transmission starts shaking violently. Which car are you in, S? Wait, are you in the car or the truck? Yeah, you don't want to over tighten the belt. With that being said, I think this game takes that into account, SVO, so I'm just gonna put it one tick inwards. Maybe 6 months ago in the beam ski, and you didn't think to, do anything about this, or? I don't know. I don't know enough about BMWs, to be honest with you, man. Shaking violently? It's a manual, right? I don't know. Could be the clutch. Yeah, you might want to check the drive shaft and stuff, I suppose. Check all your drive line. Okay, all the spork plugs are in. We take the light, put the light in the thing. Now we gotta tighten these down. You gotta sneeze, that's part of the process. With the boom at Slick 37 today and a pair of tornado warned storms an hour north of me in Idaho, it got you thinking, what sort of lightning protection do Starship towers have? Slick 40 and 39A have some beefy... They'll probably put lightning rods on top of the towers, Maddie, if I had to guess. I'm pretty sure that's what the 39A tower has. Can I do odd jobs in real life to make money, like moonshine? Yeah, yeah. mean, that could be a lot of different things, dude. There we go. We have a fully assembled Satsuma. Oh, we should probably put the oil filter on. That's probably something we'd want. Yeah, Maddie, I don't know. Maybe the tower has some type of lightning arrestor system built right into it, dude.
Voi vittu.
Drag it. Nah, man, it takes the edge off, man. Estanse.
Tervas kantona tuhkas palaa.
Tukas pala.
Kuin satakipinä.
Satakipinä.
Rälläkää mun rakkauden sulle suihkua.
Suikua. Nani? Oh. Kaikki mukaan.
Joo, kaikki mukaan. Poika sinne pesään kasvamaan.
No, it's the 5HIT boombox. 5HIT 2000.
Maito kermaa.
Sifat kata.
Sä veit mun tuohi sydämen pensällä kastoiseen.
Gastoin se. Tervas kanselle tukas pala. Tukas pala.
Kuin satakipinä.
Satakipinä.
Rälläkää mun rakkauden sulle suihkua.
Okay, now started. What? Well. Alright. Ready? Okay, make sure we're in neutralis. Oh. I see. It's not gonna work if you don't have a good connection. Nation baby. Oh. Nation baby. Nation baby. Yeah. Babe Nation, baby. Yeah. It's funny because our ground was working, but the starter wasn't. Okay. Let's try this again. Some gas. Come on, baby. I know the problem is, ain't got no gas in it. It ain't got no gas in it. Just to call me baby. There was no fuel left in this, but that should be enough to prime the system. We don't run out of crank. Come on. Come on. Start. You gotta prime the fuel system. Mint. Like, can you hear that? Mint, 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 mint. SpaceX is live. So, I just started the Satsuma in the second episode. Can we adjust the idle on that carb? I forget.
Kuka siellä?
Mä tässä moro. Kuuntelin teidän tunnaria ja se on kyllä aivan epävireessä ottaa mun sävel.
Will it go into gear? I am not testing that theory. Okay. Close that out. All right, let's just leave that there for a second. Yeah, shut this off. Close that up. Close that up. All right, let's go get the tires. We can do that now. How much fuel does this thing have? Plenty. Get some gas also. Crawdad, I think oh, SpaceX is live. Yeah. I think that the shop will be closed by the time we get there, so maybe we just chill. So here's what we'll do for the Starlink launch. Save the game. I said we'll save the game. Shut that off for a second. And you get a rocket launch during this summer car playthrough. So, if you're coming in from summer car and you don't know me, I do commentary on space launches. This is a Falcon 9 rocket from SpaceX. It's the Starlink 15-6 mission. It's launching out of Vandenberg Space Force Base, particularly Slick 4. So that's Slick 4 East. So Space Launch Complex 4 East at Vandenberg. You can tell it's Vandenberg because it's foggy. So this is out of California. This is out on the West Coast. The Starlink 15-6 mission is carrying 26 Starlink V2 minis to low Earth orbit. Starlink is SpaceX's internet satellite constellation that they've been launching over the past couple of years, providing internet service basically anywhere on the planet. The Starlink satellites are basically cell towers that are floating around in space. And so you can get direct-to-cell signal, you can get Starlink antennas. With a Starlink antenna, and if you have a certain cell provider, like, you can get direct-to-cell service. They're basically floating cell towers. Up until recently, you need the antennas. You need to buy a Starlink antenna to get to them, but some cell phones can actually pick up the signal, which is pretty insane. That's pretty cool capability. Now, a rocket flying tonight is a Falcon 9. This is SpaceX's heavy-duty launch vehicle. This thing launches like once or two to three times a week at this point. This is Falcon 9's 72nd mission of 2025. SpaceX's 506th mission as a company. The first stage flying tonight is booster 1081 on its 15th flight, which will complete. They're hoping to land that booster tonight, and if we get to that point, if it completes its 15th flight, it'll be landing out on one of SpaceX's autonomous spaceport drone ships, which is a barge with some oil rig thrusters attached to the side that they land the boosters on downrange. 15th flight for 1081.
Stage 2 launch float is complete.
Now, SpaceX is finishing up the fueling of the rocket. This rocket, Falcon 9, uses RP1, which is a highly refined version of kerosene, and extremely super chilled liquid oxygen. The reason why they super chill the liquid oxygen is so they can, and there's some of it right there.
Gas launch closeout.
That's a ground gas closeout right there. The reason why they super chill it is so they could bring more O2 with them. You bring more O2, you spray more fuel, make more power. Yes, that is true with rockets as well as cars if you're a summer car fan. Now that ground gas closeout that you're seeing right there is them evacuating the propellants out of the truss structure to the side of the rocket, because you want fuel in your rocket and not in your launch pad when you go to launch. Falcon 9 should go into startup here.
Falcon 9 is in startup.
There we go. Indicating that it's hands off. Falcon 9's onboard guidance computer has control of all vehicle functions at this point. We should hear a final go from the launch
director. Go for launch.
From the launch director here. You put a whole new meaning to sat phone. Yep. T-minus 30 seconds here. Once again,
T-minus 30 seconds.
We'll get back to summer car here in a moment. Let's watch. In the meantime, let's watch something launch into space. It's pretty cool. 20 seconds. 15.
T-minus 15 seconds.
Pad deluge system would be activating right now at this time. 10.
9. 8. 7.
Sound suppression system
5. 4.
should be activating here.
3, 2. 1. Ignition. And liftoff of Falcon 9. Go SpaceX, go Starlink.
We got 9 good engines at ignition here. Liftoff of Starlink 15-6, moving 26 Starlink V2 minis to low Earth orbit for the Starlink constellation. Man, it's foggy out in California today. Good call for stage 1 propulsion here. Next call should be around 40 seconds, a little over 40 seconds for the power and telemetry here. Vehicle is doing the pitch kick maneuver, where it's rolling to the proper flight trajectory here. Basically like a plane taking off from a runway and turning in the direction that you need to go. It's called the pitch kick maneuver. Power and telemetry.
Falcon 9 power and telemetry are nominal.
There it is. Okay, 50 seconds into the flight. Falcon 9 now traveling at 1,100 kilometers an hour, 6.9 kilometers off the deck. Acceleration rate is at 1.8 G, 1.9, and going up. Should get a call for maximum dynamic pressure and then the call for supersonic. They didn't call supersonic. Yeah, whatever. That's maximum dynamic pressure. That's peak aerodynamic compression load. Basically, they throttle the rocket engines back on Falcon 9 because it can't move the air out of the way fast enough. And it causes so much drag on the front of the vehicle that it'll try to accordion itself. I don't think I need to explain why you don't want to do the equivalent of putting your rocket in a hydraulic press. So, yeah. They throttle them back. They enter what's called a throttle bucket. Right now, the first stage engines, which were throttled down, are throttling back up to give Falcon 9 that real good kick here. But you'll see the acceleration rate start to go down here as we approach the next step in the flight, which is main engine cutoff and stage separation. That should happen in about 20 seconds here. You should see the acceleration rate start to go down. Or at least level off. Yep, there we go. Down to 3.7. Engines have started to throttle back.
Main engine cut off.
Stage separation confirmed.
Okay, we've got a good separation. 9 engine shutdown.
Ignition.
Where's the white dot emote, chat? There, we have white dot. Upper stage ignition confirmed. 2 minute 45 seconds into the flight. The first stage now coasting on its ballistic arc, traveling at 7,600 kilometers an hour, 82 kilometers in altitude. Second stage really moving out, passing 8,000 kilometers an hour at 88 kilometers in altitude. Next step here is fairing separation.
Confirmed.
That's the aerodynamic shell that's covering the satellites at the top of the rocket. It jettisons in 2 pieces. It's called the clamshell fairing because of how it opens. Now, those fairings will come back down. SpaceX will sail those fairings back down, and they actually have a parafoil, and they land in the water like a seaplane. And SpaceX has a recovery ship out there that will fish out the fairings to reuse them, which is actually pretty cool. Matt Com Art, thank you for the raid. I do appreciate it. 3 minute 30 seconds into the flight. First stage traveling at 7170 kilometers an hour, 110 kilometers in altitude. Second stage crossing 9,000 kilometers an hour at 119, now 120 kilometers. Everything looking good here, guys. I'm not seeing anything weird. Bucket! What's up, man? 30-month resub. What does white dot mean? Well, when there's an upper stage ignition, a big white dot appears on the right-hand side of the screen for stage 2 telemetry. So, white dot. Matt makes art exclusively out of communications parts in KSP. Do the fairings have RCS? Yes, all fairings do, but not RCS in multiple directions. MX, the separation mechanism for most rockets is a pneumatic depressurization, so it's by definition a cold gas thruster. That's a lie, but I do love KSP. Well, Matt, thank you for the raid, dude. I appreciate it. Yeah, SpaceX's fairings took that to the next level. They do have attitude control thrusters on the fairings to steer them down through the atmosphere. And then they deploy a parafoil, and they actually land like a seaplane, which is actually super cool. I don't think anybody's ever had seen footage of that, but whatever. Okay, so we're almost 5 minutes in. 5 minutes in now. First stage traveling at 7,100 kilometers an hour, 112 kilometers in altitude. First stage starting to accelerate here, meaning it's gone past the top of its arc and it's coming back down towards Earth. Meanwhile, the second stage crossing 12,000 kilometers an hour at 153 kilometers in altitude. Second stage magic number here for staging tonight is 27,300. That's what we need for our staging velocity. Doing what, Sea Kraken? Oh, the fairings. No, not really. Everything's looking good here. Coming up on, now as the first stage starts to accelerate and starts to get back down towards the atmosphere, it's going to experience what's called compression heating. You can see the atmosphere right there. As Falcon 9 dips more into this, that compression heating is going to cause plasma to build up on the stage. So what Falcon 9 does is fire its engines into that built-up plasma is the result that gets stuck in what's called a stagnation area. The plasma doesn't get stuck in the stagnation area for the hypersonic people. You know what I mean. There's a stagnation area with a plasma layer behind it. Falcon 9 fires its engines to actually push the re-entry heating, physically push the heat away from the vehicle. And the exhaust from the engines actually makes Falcon 9 fly through a nice cooler column of gas. Now, I know what people are going to say. Isn't rocket engine exhaust hot? Yes, but it's not as hot as re-entry heating. That is enough to shield Falcon through to get down to the lower parts of the atmosphere where re-entry heating is not nearly as bad. What I'm trying to tell you is that Falcon 9's engine exhaust is its heat shield. Supersonic retro propulsion, baby. It's my favorite part. It's the coolest thing ever. Okay, we're approaching 7 minutes into the flight. First stage now decelerating, 4,600 kilometers an hour, 20 kilometers off the surface here. Second stage crossing 18,200 kilometers an hour to 151 kilometers in altitude. The next step here will be the first stage getting down into the lower parts of the atmosphere and initiating its landing burn. They fire one engine, the E9 engine first, and then the E1 and the E5 engine. So they go one engine to three engines, back to one engine. They do not throttle them, Flacken. It's just on. This launched out of Vandenberg, Sea Kraken, yes. Okay. First stage really getting down into the lower parts of the atmosphere. You start to see the grid fins do some real work here in a second.
Stage 1 landing burn.
Stage 1 is initiated landing burn. Landing leg latches are unlocked. The drone ship should appear onto the left grid fin here. We got a really low cloud layer out there on the Pacific tonight. Drone ship coming into view.
One landing leg deploy.
Right at the last second, landing legs deploy. SpaceX is on TVC control, grid fins locked. And we got pretty much a dead center landing out in the Pacific from that first stage. 1081 completing its 15th flight. Lives to fly another day. Next step here is second stage engine cutoff 1 or SECO 1, which should be happening here in the next 5 seconds. Oh man, that thing burned a little. 27,773 at 138. We've seen SpaceX move up to 27,700 and almost to 28,000. This shell of Starlink satellites must be in a little bit of a higher orbit, because we used to see 27,335 at 135. Now we're seeing 27,774 at 138. And it's interesting because the speed went up there. Speed went up there, altitude stayed the same, indicating that you're at apogee. So that's the high point in the orbit, which is weird. Probably get a little bit more efficiency that way. But that was the Starlink 15-6 mission. I hope you did enjoy it. And if you're very confused because you're wondering where Summer Car is, well, don't worry. It's right here. Hope you guys enjoyed that. It's very energetic, Bill. Where car? their car. It's the evening here, so... Wow, wow, wow. Any idea what that bright thing re-entering on the second stage screen at about 5:30 was? I didn't see anything weird there, friend. It was probably just ice or something. How far into the builds are you? I saw you earlier. I accidentally my whole save. About this far. About that far. Just got to go get the tires, but it's getting to be a little bit late in the day. Yeah, you know what? We can just go get them now. It's fine. Let's go. I got the car assembled pretty much in one episode. Because, yeah, I'm trying to get this save back up to where the other save was.
Yöllä etelän ja lännen välistä tuulta alle 14 metriä sekunnissa. Iltapäivällä lännen ja pohjoisen välistä tuulta. Kovan tuulen todennäköisyys 40.
A lot of people asked a lot of questions there. Okay, so... Geek, you have two questions. One, the drone ships. They just tell it where to go. It's towed out into the recovery area, dude. They tow it out into the recovery area and then turn the thing on, and the ship just basically station keeps. It'll just basically sit there. They're using azimuth thrusters that were lifted from a floating oil rig. Seriously, SpaceX just bought they just buy scrap thrusters from the oil rig. They're called azimuth thrusters. They can point in all different directions. Basically keeps the drone ship centered in one area. Yeah, and it just stays there. And then right now, the crews are the crew that operates the ASDS is sailing to it right now, and they'll tow it back. Now, the ship is under tow when it goes back into port, but like Elon has said that they don't need. The only reason why they tow them back into the port is because the port of entry, like harbors and stuff, want harbor pilots. They don't want an automatic ship floating around in the port. How do you get the car built so quickly in the new save? I recall earlier playthroughs it took many sessions a week to get to that point. I've done it so many times at this point, Jim, that it's just easy to do. So Geek, your second question. Why do cars use nitrous instead of pure O2? Nitrous is more stable. It's more stable, dude. I mean, you could use LOX if you really want to. If you really wanted to, you could, but you'd melt the engine. You'd melt the engine. Oxygen is not good at absorbing heat. When you're using nitrous, the nitrogen in nitrous oxide takes away some of the pulls some of the heat out. Not much, but it does. The other thing why you don't use pure LOX, like I said, you blow a head gasket almost instantly. You'd go so lean there. The amount of fuel that you'd need to deliver would be, yeah, you'd immediately blow up the engine with liquid oxygen, like immediately. So the nitrogen in nitrous keeps it's a way. Okay, so with nitrous, dude, like, now you probably know that already. I don't tell you. I'll say it for anybody else. With nitrous, when a motor is just naturally aspirated, so it just has an intake that's pulling in atmosphere at 1 bar, you're pulling in about 80% nitrogen and about 20% oxygen. So that's good. Nitrous is 66% nitrogen, 33% oxygen. You're increasing the amount of oxidizer going into the engine if you spray it with nitrous. You have to deliver more fuel when you do that, guys, because if you spray more, if you give it more oxidizer and you don't give it more fuel, you're going to lean out and the engine will actually explode. It'll just melt. And melting a component on an engine where its moving parts are moving really fast will cause a crack and strike. It'll blow up. Then make the engine out of something heat resistant. I mean, if you want to pay for a car with a titanium block, sure. Go ahead. I mean, to be quite clear, guys, it's not impossible making an engine run off like rocket fuel and liquid oxygen. That's not impossible. But you would need, like, if you want to make it run off rocket fuel, you would need to make your engine out of rocket, like, exotic metals, the same type of exotic metals that you'd need to build a rocket engine out of. That could get expensive real quick. I mean, you'd have a really powerful engine, but you're also now dealing with cryogenics. You got to remember, on top of that, your liquid oxygen is going to boil off. Nitrous does not boil off. Nitrous is stable in liquid form because of the nitrogen. The nitrogen makes it nice and stable. Finally caught up on this episode. Been watching the Titan Submarine doc on Netflix. Pretty crazy. Oh boy. Maddie, what's that question over there? Do you think if SpaceX gets Slick 37, do you think Slick 50 will come off the table? I was reading their environmental impact, and they basically said, no, we're not doing Slick 50. We'd have to... There's... Yeah, too much environmental intrusion. What I think, Maddie, is I think they're going to opt for more pads at 37 and 39. Yo, Dre, what's up, dude? At some point with the car, you'd be making too much power for the tires. I mean... Power to weight is definitely a thing, dude. I just completed a 50-kilometer altitude hop test. And we're landing automatically. Your code works. Nice, man. That's good. I gotta learn how to do that. Dr. Locks make me wonder if diesel engine application could be plausible for use with how high the compression ratio already is for those engines to combat the leaner running and EGR effect as well. Storm, I'd still be worried about heat. I would still be worried about heat. That thing would need one hell of a cooling system. I mean, at the end of the day, guys, oxygen's just a really crappy conductor of heat. It's really bad. It's really bad at tanking heat. It's not like hydrogen or helium. Hydrogen and helium can tank heat like nobody's business. So in that regard, Storm, maybe... See, now, Storm, now I'm wondering, dude. Storm, now... What about a diesel that runs off hydrolox?
viisas koira. Olipa kerran koira, joka oli omistajiensa mielestä viisas.
Oh, nice.
Tälle
Sound cool. That's
kommentti,
cool.
että istu, niin tämähän sitten istutui miellyttääkseen omistajiaan ja saadakseen makkupalan. Ja jos tältä tassua pyysi, niin sitäkin se osasi tarjota. Ja taas sai makkarata urkuttaa. Jopa maahan se rupesi makaamaan, kun käskettiin. Onpa siinä viisas piski, ihmetellään ja ollaan niin ylpeitä, että... Mutta annapa sille koiralle eteen paperillinen algebran hyperpelifunktioita ja sano sille, että siemennä liittyen vaikka vetoa, että ei osaa
Does the music
siementää
lower
se.
fatigue? I have no
Ei,
idea,
vaikka
dude.
olisi kuinka makkarata tarjolla. Että onpa siinäkin taas viisas koira, kuka ei edes hyperpelifunktioita osaa. Kyllä osaa minäkään, mutta minä en olekaan koira. Varo syöminen. Nälkä on ikuinen. Välillä sitä ei tunne, mutta aina se on silti mukana. Sillä jostain se aika ajan pulpahtaa pinnalle, vaikka sitä luuli edellisellä kerralla päässeen eroon lopullisesti. Vaan ei pääse.
Yeah, maybe flanking.
Ainoastaan siirtyy nälkä eteenpäin, vaanien seuraavaa hetkeä hyökätä. Ja kun tulee nälkä, täytyy syödä. Joskus, vaikka ei olekaan nälkä, niin sitä ennakoi jo sitä tulevaa nälkää. Kun tietää, että se on tulossa, niin siirtää sitä vielä edemmäs tulevaisuuteen.
What is the limiting factor that makes Inconel so expensive? It's hard to make. Well, not hard to make. So Inco is an alloy, dude. Any alloy is going to be, you know, I mean, Inco is a bunch of different things, dude. That could be difficult to make. That could be. It is difficult to make. And then Inco is hard to work with, too, dude. It's hard to machine.
Huonosti ajoitettu varosyöminen juuri ennen tarkoin laskelmoitua lounastuntia saattaa aiheuttaa sen, että ruokailulle pyhitettynä aikana ei vain voi syödä. Tästä taas seuraa se, että varosyömisen aikaan varastoitunut energia kuluu loppuun kauan ennen seuraavaa mahdollisuutta.
Yeah, casting Inco?
Kuten tarkkana sen ajoituksen kanssa.
Probably not.
Lapsena opetettu, että ei karkkia ennen syömistä, ettei mene ruokaa. Vaan otinko opiksesi? Et. Äsken.
Not the broadside, though. Okay, like you said, Stuart, you gotta be careful. Now, you remember the first time we tried to do this? Remember how that all panned out? That's what was supposed to happen. That's what we were supposed to do. Oh, the door's still stuck on the forks. Huh. Alright. Does the door despawn? I don't know. Oh, it's gone. Oh, yeah, you know, we'll just leave that in the middle of the road. It'll be fine. Nobody will hit it. The real My Summer Car Pros have the car built fully within 10 minutes. Get good. Hey, it's not getting to the destination, it's the journey. I mean, I don't know. How fast did we put the car together? 30 minutes last stream? Ramla, what's up, dude? There was a company working on an airplane to go to the moon, or any type of vehicle to go to the moon. Would you use it, or propulsion, or it? I mean, if there was something that could go from the surface to the moon, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Not what I meant, my voice is kind of going and I'm sick. What I was trying to say, if you wish to build an airplane to go to the moon, what would you use for propulsion? You'd need a big plane, dude. Probably hydrogen.
Masentavaa tekstiä. Tuohan kuulostaa pahemmalta kuin mitä itse syyhypunkki. Miksei siinä voi lukea suoraan näin? Syyhypunkkeja vastaan ei ole hoitoa. He tulevat, munivat ja kuolevat vasta kun kantajansakin. Jos putiaminen sormen välissä tai ranteessa tai polvessa tai peniksessä alkaa tuntua ylitsepääsemättömän voimakkaalta, niin hoitona voit leikata kyseisen rajan irti. Haittavaikutukset. Verenvuoto. Kyseisen elimen menetys.
You're heading into town, is that your intention? Yeah. Well, I'm not going all the way into town, dude. I'm going over here. Help. No, no help. No. We might have to end up going into town anyway. Note the reason why is I don't think we can get back before we fall asleep, and I don't want to be driving this thing when we fall asleep. Now I'm wondering. Things so much. We should take it. We haven't been out here in a long time. The pig. He's here. Venti.
Oh.
Yes! We won! We won money! You can sit here and play Venti with it, which is kind of like blackjack, but it's kind of not. Methane Subcooler, love the pad history deep dives. Venti was a favorite one that you did. Oh, Slick 6, yeah. What's he have, a 10? I'll stand at 19. He's going to draw a face card. Yeah, how did I know?
Oh.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know how I won, but alright. Stand at 17. 7. 8, maybe? Maybe double sevens. Bust.
Oh.
Oh, dude. Alright, 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 alright. Stand at 20, baby. He's gonna have to draw again. Face card, you bust. Oh, no, guess not. Oh, no, 19. Yep, he busted. I win. Oh. Oh. What's wrong with his hand? They call him the pig because the developer of My Summer Car made this character with a pig. He was a pig. And he remodeled the pig into that character. No, I'm not standing at 12. We got a hit. Give me a jack, please. Oh, crap. Stand at 15. He's got an ace. I'll stand at 15. Hopefully he busts. That's not... Oh, yeah, it's Venti. It's not blackjack.
No.
Alright, I'm quitting while I'm ahead. We made 300 marks. Get out of here, pig. Thought I told you nobody wants you around. Can you sleep in the back of the Rusco? Oh, don't worry about that. We'll, yeah, it's very dirty, okay. First, set her in the low range. No front towing hook, huh? Alright, we're gonna have to do this another time. You can fork it from underneath, dudes, but I can't see anything. That's the problem. So it ain't going anywhere. Don't worry. It was abandoned in a garage. I don't feel like hitching up the trailer. We'll just go into town. We can sleep there. Hey, Rhino, what's going on? Titan's just fine. Yeah. When he sees a bunny, dude, he goes bananas. He is a cattle dog. He is actually genetically bred to like herd animals. Titan's a good boy. I love that dog, man. He is a little goofball, dude. Does he nip? No. He used to, Flykin. He used to when we first got him, dude. He used to piranha puppy all day. He doesn't do that anymore. The only time he'll do that is if we're playing. He's a cattle dog, dude. So we got his genetic tests back. He is cattle dog. He's cattle dog, boxer, lab, and then mutt. This is the poop truck, but we don't have it yet, but you can sleep in it.
Oh, yeah.
I can't believe that worked. Wait a minute. I want to see something real quick. It's giving us poop jobs, so... Yeah, okay. It gave us 2 sewage jobs, but we can't get the sewage truck. Yeah, note. You were right. I should have brought the can.
Tervetuloa te. Ei kun sinäkö se vaan olitkin.
Oh, milk was a good choice.
Kiitos ja hyvää päivää.
Kiitos, terve, Demo. How's the Satsuma doing? It runs, dude. It just don't got no tires. That's why we made this trip.
Joo, ei jaksa
Voi
kattoo
vittujen
sun
kevää!
naamaa.
Voi saatana! Voi vittujen kevää! No mitä helvettiä? Jumalauta! Jumalauta!
Jumalauta!
Perkele! Voi vittu!
Just drowned an entire carton of milk in front of the guy. That's right. It's this is like unrefined diesel or something. I forget what MPO is. It's cheaper diesel fuel. You use it for the tractor. You could put it in the truck, but if you get caught using that on the road, they'll get you for emissions. Did you leave the stove running? No. I think it might be like naphtha or something. I don't know. I have no idea.
Katos päivä. No mitäpä laitetaan? No niin, taas niin kuin tämän kerran.
Alright. I have a hard stop in 15 minutes. We have to get out of here. We have to get that trailer. And we have to get back to the house. Fuel oil. Is it like Bunker C fuel oil, Nick? Or like home heating fuel oil. It's just diesel with coloring agent and lighter taxation. Interesting. Nope, wrong turn.
Kevää. Oi vittu. Oi saatana. Perkele. Oi vittu. Mitä helvettiä? Oi vittu. Perkele. Oi saatana. Oi vittujen kevää. Mitä helvettiä? Vittujen kevää. Saatana. Vittujen kevää. Mitä helvettiä? Vittujen kevää. Saatana. Jumalauta! Perkele! Mitä helvettiä? Oi saatana! Mitä helvettiä? Oi vittujen kevää!
Yeah, float those valves. All right.
vittujen kevät. Jumalauta. Vittu.
Voiko jättää seuraksesi sun? Annatko mulle, mikä on? Ota syliin. Rakkauden. Anna minulle elämää. Kiitos tästä, Markus. Tämä oli erittäin hienoa puhetta. Otetaanpa seuraava ruko. Lähettäjänä Vuosjärveltä. Runon nimi. Salaisuus.
No, May. Your question is, for testing a more torturous re-entry, is a possible starship uses propulsion to stay in the plasma for longer? No. Firing the Raptor won't do much. Yeah, that won't do much for doing that. A steeper re-entry trajectory would be much more torturous than trying to fire your engine to change trajectory. Yeah, you'd want a steeper re-entry if you really want to send it. In fact, May, I honestly think that these trajectories that Starship has been taking are pretty damn steep. That's a pretty steep trajectory. That suborbital trajectory that's like 98% of the way there. You know, hitting it on a suborbital trajectory, launching from Texas and landing near Australia. That's pretty damn steep for a re-entry profile. No problem, man. Anytime. That was Uncle, drunk on the side of the road there. Sorry, I just broke that guy's house. I meant to do that. I know it's gonna sound stupid. So, guys, I have a meeting that I gotta go to here, so no, don't engage the diff lock. So what I'm going to do here is take the rims, and I forget how you do this. If I want TMO to put tires on these rims, do I just leave them here?
Painu vittuun, saatana.
Closer to his desk, the higher the priority. Terve! Mikä oli?
Terve! Mikä oli pojalla mielessä?
Pojalla mielessä. Crap, I don't think I can afford those tires. Alright. Can't afford them. Whatever, we'll just leave them there. We won't move them. We need to get the cool valve cover, though.
Jumalauta! Jumalauta!
Alright. I'm out of time, dudes. I gotta save the game. There should be a porta potty over here where you can save. Yes, that was a sentence that just came out of my mouth. Sick. I forgot this was here. All right. Okay, that's gonna do it for episode 2. We're gonna be yeah, we'll have another summer car episode next week. Yeah, so that's gonna do it for me now. So tomorrow, dudes, we're gonna go in and I'll be back in the mornings. I'll try to come in a little bit earlier. And yeah, we got to make some work done. We got to get some work done on those on the frame rails, and then I have to do flame trench. And then don't forget, we have 2.4 hours of Le Mans tomorrow after flame trench. The Le Mans race, the big Eric Johnson Racing Administration race, is tomorrow. If you want to race with us in Assetto Corsa, there is a place in Discord called FNR Guide. There's a channel in my Discord called FNR Guide, and the tutorial on how to get everything that you need to race with us is there. Don't forget to do it. And actually, serious, the next thing I was going to say, don't forget to practice. So that's going to do it for Summer Car, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. We're going to work on the car. We got flame trench and then racing tomorrow. Doing a lot of stuff with the simulator. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll talk to you guys all tomorrow morning. Have a good night, everybody, and thank you.